Hi everyone! In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to navigate our course. I've tried to set it up so that it is as easy as possible for you to navigate. Let's start with our homepage. Any recent announcements will be up at the top. And if you look at the side, there are only a couple of options really for you to go to in this course. You can go to announcements to see our specific announcements, syllabus to get syllabus information, grades to check your grades, YCCD Zoom if we set up a Zoom meeting or if you want to go to office hours. And then the main thing that you're going to use is modules. So let's scroll down our homepage first. Introduction to Plant Pathology, Plant Science 34. There's a bunch of welcome materials here. You can read my welcome letter. You can play my welcome video. And anytime you see something blue and underlined, that means that it's a hyperlink. So click on that and it will take you to another link. So you can go ahead and click Start here. And this will actually take you directly to our orientation module for our course. The first page in the module is called Getting Ready for This Class. And so I'm hoping that you'll edit your profile so I'll see a great picture of you whenever I look at an assignment, and that you set up your notifications so that you're notified when I grade things, when assignments are due, when you get an announcement. Please go ahead and read through my welcome letter. I have lots and lots of tips on how to do things in Canvas in case anybody is brand new to it, because we were all new at one point. And then when you're done with the page, it'll tell you to click next to go to the next page. And so you can proceed to the next page. Here is the video I'm making right now. I'm updating it, how to navigate this course. So if we click on modules, we'll be able to see that full course orientation module, and you can go jump to any page that you would like. So let's say you kind of went through it, you weren't ready to do your meet and greet discussion, no big deal. You can come back and click on the discussion. For each of our discussions, I tried to keep the formatting the exact same, so it tells you the goal, why we're doing this discussion, when your initial post is due, which is almost always on a Wednesday, and when your reply post is due. Everything in our class runs Monday to Sunday. So all new modules will open up on Monday at like midnight, and then they will close on Sunday around midnight. If you want to know about grading, this gives you information on the grading for this discussion. You click here on the three dots and click Show Rubric. This will tell you exactly how you get your points for our discussion. So 5 points is a great post, fulfilled all the requirements, was done before the due date for both initial and reply post. 3 points, you almost got it. It was there before the due date, but it didn't it hit on all of the points that I wanted it to. And then 0, that's because you didn't do it. And then I always try to add a little need help section. So if you're struggling with something, how do I reply to a discussion as a student? If you need to do media, how do you use that? So lots and lots of helpful things on here about how to engage in one of these discussions. So let's go back to our modules page. And our course orientation is our first module, lots of good stuff in there for you to look at. And then we have our semester project module, because the semester project is really important in this class. And I want you to just be able to refer to this module really quickly. So it's right up at the top. It shows you the picking your topic, the check-in assignment, and then the full semester project. And you'll get reminders about all of this stuff. So you really want to make sure you turn your reminders on, that you look at your to-do list on the home page. So your to-do list is right off to the side. There's nothing for now because nothing is due yet. But as soon as you have a discussion, a quiz, an assignment, they will all pop up there and tell you when they're due. And you can see that in the syllabus as well. So you can click on the syllabus, and my computer is doing something funky, so not all of the things are coming up for me right now. But you can download this syllabus so that you can quickly access it, or you can go use the quick links to go to things like basic information about our course, or return to the syllabus and go check out grading and assignments or our course roadmap, which to me is one of the most important things because this helps me understand what's going to be the topic for the week, what are we going to be learning about, and how the course is broken down, when our exam's going to be, all that great information. Let's go back to our syllabus. And then at the bottom of the syllabus, this is something that is really important to me. This has all of the due dates for all of the assignments. So you can see that everything is due on Sunday. That is when all of our stuff is due for our class, on Sundays. Okay, so let's go back to modules. And let's take a look at what a real typical module is going to look like. So here's our week 1 module. It always is going to start out with what you need to do for week 1. And that tells you exactly what you're going to do for that week. Then you're going to see an overview and objectives, which will introduce you to what's going to be covered during the module. And the objectives are what you should take away from the module. So it's a good idea to kind of keep that in your head, because if you haven't learned all those objectives, then you need to spend some more time on it. So let's just go through these together. Here's everything that you're going to need to do this week so you can help yourself get organized. There's our overview and objectives. So by the end of this unit, you should be able to define what disease is. And then here is the setup for our lectures. So the vast majority of them are going to be in podcast form. So there's many different ways that you can access the podcast, and you can check out how the lecture podcast pages work to figure it out if you're having issues. So I tried to make this as accessible as possible. So if you're viewing this from a mobile device, make sure you click this tab because that will make it easier for you. If you're viewing it on your computer, feel free to hit the play button so you can hear the podcast. And the way that I like to do it is I like to play the podcast and then scroll down through all of the images. If you don't like to look at images and you just want to read, you can click on the transcript, and that is everything that I say in the podcast. Again, the way that I like to do it is I like to play the podcast, and then as I'm playing the podcast, I scroll down through all of the images and information that I'm talking about. If you don't want to listen to the podcast, you totally don't have to. All of the information is in here, just minus some of my additional commentary. Okay, so if we scroll all the way to the bottom after all this beautiful information presented, then we will find our next button. So we're going to click next to go to the next page. And sometimes lectures fit in one page. Sometimes they're broken up into multiple pages and multiple podcasts. Here is an additional video. In our first unit, we learn about the Irish potato famine. So I always try and introduce the video, what you're going to expect to get out of the video. And then you can click on it here, or you can go watch it through YouTube, whichever you prefer. Every week we're going to have a discussion. Sometimes the discussion is better done after you've looked at the lecture material, and sometimes you don't really need the lecture material to do the discussion. So where the discussion lands in the module is going to be dependent on, do I think you need to look at the lecture material before you do your first discussion? All discussions are going to involve an initial and a reply post. Some may have multiple reply posts, but all of that information will be here for you. Every week, you're also going to have a case study where you're learning about a very specific disease. So here's the goals, the instructions, and grading and how to get help. And all of the case studies, after you read about them, you're going to take a quiz on them to check for your understanding. And each of them has a link to the APS case study website. And then there's an accessible text version of the case study for those of you that require it that doesn't have any pictures. So make sure you click on the Take the Quiz button to take the quiz. And then every learning unit is also going to have a quiz for the learning unit to check your understanding. And for all quizzes, you can take them twice, and then we'll talk about it in here. So you can take them twice, so you can take it once, see what you got wrong, learn that, and then take it again. Most quizzes are auto-graded. It'll tell you in the grading header if it's auto-graded or not. This is a sneak peek of our course project, so make sure you really understand our course project because that's worth a lot of points. And then each unit or week will end with a woohoo, congratulations. This is what you have learned this week. And there's a link to a Q&A discussion board where you can post questions to your classmates, and I'll pop in and answer questions as well. And then there's almost always additional learning resources. So if you're really interested in the topics, then you can click on these to learn more. And now we're into our second module. So these modules will open up on a weekly basis. Sometimes I'll open multiple modules at once because we'll have a really big topic that will span a couple of weeks. And I will always give you heads up about everything in my weekly emails to you. So I hope you really enjoy this course, and I look forward to working with all of you.